In the last 28 days, I've made a total of $5,000 from AdSense alone for just making 3D animations like these, which was completely made using AI. If you thought that was wild, check out this new channel. They've only got 79 videos, but they've already hit 200K subs. Every single video is racking up hundreds of thousands of views, and if you peek at their stats on Social Blade, you'll see that in the last 14 days, they've pulled in up to $11,000. That's straight up insane, especially since all their videos are super minimalistic and we could literally use completely free AI tools to replicate their videos and even make better content. Now, check out this insane animation my team and I whipped up in just 20 minutes using nothing but free AI tools.
When the midnight sky erupts like a cosmic tempest, Cleopatra shatters destiny with the fury of 1,000 gods. In ancient times, the majestic Egypt nurtured a radiant civilization. Egyptians thrived and made abundant harvests and lively celebrations, steeped in art, wisdom, and enduring faith. Every day shimmered with hope as their hearts soared in timeless, unparalleled prosperity. But suddenly, darkness descended as Roman legions and soldiers invaded Egypt. Their ruthless invasion shattered peace. Souls were subjugated, transforming a once blissful paradise into a land of despair and chains. But Cleopatra, the most cunning, resilient, and unyielding Egyptian, prepares for an uprising that will echo through eternity. She masterminds a rebellious plan that promises not just resistance, but a cataclysmic revolution. Blending ancient occult wisdom with cutting-edge technology, she orchestrates a ruthless, meticulously planned strategy to reclaim her people's honor. By her side stood Amun, a masterful engineer and secret warrior whose intricate devices and deep knowledge turns the tide of rebellion. Together, they spark a covert insurrection, weaving and blending magic with machines and code in every weapon and metal gear of their world. Their daring exploits not only challenge the established Roman Empire, but also rekindle the flames of a forgotten era, where honor, ingenuity, and revolutionary spirit reign supreme. This is not just a rebellion. It is the rebirth of an empire. Step into Cleopatra's rebellion.
Fatality.
Where history is rewritten with steely resolve and magical wonder. And witness the birth of a legend destined to redefine freedom.
Now, here's what you'll get in this completely free course. First, I'll hook you up with detailed, editable prompts that cover everything you need to launch your AI-powered animation business. These prompts will help you generate unlimited video ideas so you'll never run out of content. They cover everything you need for your animation business, from brainstorming video ideas to crafting cinematic, Marvel-level scripts. And when you plug them into a chatbot, you'll get endless, professional-looking results with zero effort. Then, I'll walk you through building your personal brand, from choosing the perfect channel name, to picking the right color palette, to even show you how to design a pro-level logo and banner so your channel looks super polished. After that, I'll show you how to create fire scripts that hook your audience. Once that's locked in, I'll teach you how to generate AI visuals with consistent characters for free using the new Google FX. Once that's done, I'll take you on a spin with Kling AI, where I'll show you how to animate like a pro, get different angles and perspectives, and use the perfect prompts for top-tier results. Once we've got everything ready, I'll teach you how to edit like a pro in CapCut, giving your videos that cinematic, Marvel-level quality. By the end, your final video will look insanely professional. If this sounds like something you'd love to try, hit that like button. Seriously, this took a lot of time to put together, so consider that your way of paying for this completely free course. A lot of people in the comments and even in my Telegram group have been asking for a one-on-one coaching program and a private community. Well, we're working on it and it should be ready in about a month. Click the link in the description or the pinned comment to join the waitlist. That way, you'll be one of the first to join at a discounted rate and get early access. This course is pretty long since we're covering a lot, so I've split it into two sections. The first phase is for beginners or anyone looking to build their brand or channel. I'll walk you through everything, setting up your channel, designing your banner and logo, and choosing the right aesthetics. The second phase is all about video creation. Use the timestamps below to jump to what interests you. If you're starting from scratch, watch the first section. If you're just here for the video part, skip ahead. Now, enough talking. Without wasting any more time, let's get started. The first step in the process is creating your channel and brand. I've set up a Google Doc for you. Just head over there and copy the prompt under channel creation, paste it into your chatbot, and it'll generate a list of catchy name ideas for your animation studio. I'm using ChatGPT for my chatbot, but you can use Claude, DeepSeek, Autopilot, or whatever you're most comfortable with. If you really want to grow your brand, just pick a name you vibe with from the list. Then do a quick check to make sure no one else is already using it. Once you've picked the name you like, just copy it. Go to YouTube, click your Google profile icon, then click on Create New Channel. Paste the name and then hit Create Channel. After that, go back to your chatbot and tell it the exact name you picked. This helps speed up customization and makes everything more personal for your channel. Next, go back to your Google Doc, scroll to Channel Description and SEO, and copy the prompt. Then, head back to your chatbot, paste the prompt, and change the channel name part to your exact name. This helps your chatbot create a customized SEO-friendly description just for you. Once you've got your channel description from the chatbot, copy it, go to your YouTube channel, click Customize Channel, which takes you to YouTube Studio, scroll down to the channel description box and paste the description your chatbot created for you. One more optional step is to go back to your chatbot and ask for SEO hashtags for your niche or brand. Copy the hashtags and paste them right under your channel description. This helps boost your channel's visibility, and once all of that is done, just hit publish. To boost your SEO and visibility even more, go to Settings in YouTube Studio, then click on Channel. A pop-up will appear with a keyword section, then paste the same SEO hashtags into the keyword box. This helps YouTube understand your content even better. Now that we've sorted the basics, let's move on to branding, which includes creating your logo and banner. Head back to your Google Doc, find the section labeled Banner and Logo Prompt, and copy it. Then go back to your chatbot and paste the prompt. Since it's editable, change the channel name to your own. I've marked the editable areas in blue. After that, you'll see another editable part in brackets called Color Theme. This is where you choose your color palette. For this tutorial, I'm using white and blue. Picking a solid color palette is key for consistent branding visuals. This prompt tells your chatbot to come up with a bunch of high-quality banner and logo designs in different themes like minimalistic, intense, futuristic, and more. All of them will follow your chosen color scheme like blue and white or whatever palette you pick for your branding. Your chatbot will generate text-to-image prompts that you can use with an AI image generator to create logos and banners for your channel. For this tutorial, I'll be using Leonardo AI, but you can use any AI tool you're comfortable with, like Midjourney, IDgram, or any image generator you prefer. Leonardo AI does a great job with logo and banner creation, so I'll stick with them today for our branding. Once you sign up, you'll see an interface like this. The first thing you need to choose is a model. I'll be using the Flux model because it gives high quality results. Next, select the aspect ratio. Since we're creating logos, go for a square format like 1:1 or any other box ratio. Just make sure it's not rectangular. It has to be square. Once you've made these changes, copy your first logo prompt from the chatbot and paste it into the prompt box in Leonardo AI. As you can see, the AI will include your color palette in the designs. Now, go through the 4 logos it generates. If any of them stand out to you, simply download it. If none of them feel right, you can always go back to your chatbot, get a new prompt, and run it again. This is why I made the prompt in a way that your chatbot will give you plenty of designs to choose from. So if the first one doesn't work, no worries, use the second prompt, or even rerun the same prompt as many times as needed until you get something you like. Once you're done with your logo, it's time to create your banner. Copy any banner prompt from your chatbot and head over to Leonardo AI. Now change the aspect ratio. It should be rectangular, not square. You can go with 16:9 or any other rectangular format that fits your needs. You can keep the same model or switch to a different one, but just make sure the aspect ratio is rectangular for the best results. Once again, review the generated images. If you like one, download it. If not, you can rerun the same prompt or grab a different one from your chatbot, just like you did for the logo. Keep experimenting until you get a design that fits your brand. Once you've picked a banner image, you can't just upload it directly to YouTube. That's because YouTube stretches images and shows different parts of your banner depending on the device. Mobile, TV, or desktop users all see different sections. To make sure your banner looks good everywhere, you'll need a custom template that shows how it appears across different devices. To do this properly, we'll use Canva. Open your browser and sign up with your Google account. Once you're in, click Create a Design and search for YouTube Banner. Click on one of the options that pop up to create a blank template. This will give you a fresh white canvas to work with. Now, here's where it gets tricky. Canva gives you a blank white canvas, but you can't just upload your banner without proper guidance. Remember, YouTube crops and displays different sections of your banner depending on the viewer's device. To make sure it looks good everywhere, you need a template to position your design correctly. Luckily, I've got a template I can use. If you need the template or any of the prompts, just drop a comment below and I'll be happy to share them with you. Now I'm going to upload the template from my PC as I have it in PNG format into my Canva workspace and use it to properly crop and adjust my banner. Once you upload the template, drag it onto your blank canvas. You can either manually stretch it to fit or just click on it and select Set as Background Image to make it snap into place automatically. The template has a section labeled Put Your Important Stuff Here with a red underline. This area is universal, meaning it will be visible on all devices, mobile, desktop, and TV. So make sure your key details like your logo, tagline, or social media handles go inside this section so that everyone can see them. The outer edges of the template on the right and left sides of the primary area are only visible to desktop users. The full banner, including everything outside the primary section, will only be seen by people watching on TV. So keep the most important details in the center area while the extra design elements can go on the sides. Now, I'll keep it simple. First, I'll upload the image I generated with Leonardo AI. Then I'll remove the background so I can fully crop and adjust it. Once the background is gone, I'll position the remaining elements exactly where I want them to be within the template. Since the image originally had a simple black background, I'll just search for black background on Canva. Then I'll drag it onto my timeline, click on it, and set it as the new background image. This will replace the template we were working with. Now that we're done measuring everything properly, we no longer need the template. I'll just export the final result now that I'm happy with how it looks. You can go the extra mile if you want, but I'm keeping it minimalistic and clean. Now I'll just head over to my YouTube studio and upload my new banner and logo. I chose to keep things minimalistic, but you can definitely go the extra mile if you want. I'm just aiming to keep everything quick and sharp, and it looks really nice. Now that we've covered branding and channel creation, let's move on to creating your very first video. This phase of the tutorial covers video creation and is the second phase. I've put together a Google Doc with all the prompts you need to automate your animations using a chatbot. The first thing you need for this phase is video ideas. There's a prompt for that in the Google Doc. Just head over to your Google Doc, find the prompt, and copy only the first half from the black colored text up to where the pink colored text begins. Now head back to your chatbot and paste the first section you copied. Then go back to the Google Doc. If you go back to the Google Doc, you'll notice some words in blue text. These are editable areas. You can swap them out to change themes and get completely different results depending on the specific result or outcome you want. The reason I told you to copy only the first section up to the pink colored text is because that part sets the premise for your chatbot. It tells it exactly what you're asking for. Now, the blue colored text represents different movie and storytelling niches, things like horror, sci-fi, cinematic history, post-apocalyptic, and more. Once you've pasted the first section into your chatbot, pick one niche from the blue text that matches the kind of video you want to create. For example, I'm choosing historical because I want a story with a past themed reference, but you can pick any niche that fits your video. Once you've picked a niche from the blue text, go back to your chatbot and paste that specific niche first. Then head back to the Google Doc, copy the rest of the black text below the blue text, and paste it into your chatbot. This way, your chatbot knows exactly what kind of story to generate based on your chosen niche. There are still a few things you can tweak, like the number of video script ideas or other details to customize your results. If you're good with prompts, feel free to experiment. But if you're not sure how prompts work, no stress. Just change the number of video ideas you want, and your chatbot will handle the rest automatically. Now that we have a list of amazing video ideas with plots, main characters, and different timelines, it's time to pick one to work with. I'm choosing the first one about Cleopatra taking revenge on those who invaded her kingdom. Once you've selected your video idea, the next step is to generate a script for it. Now, head back to your Google Doc and scroll down to the script prompt section. Find the prompt labeled with script, then copy it and paste it into your chatbot. This prompt tells your chatbot exactly what to do. Now, if you look at the prompt you just copied, you'll notice a section in brackets that says paste your script idea here, and another part for word count in brackets. In the Google Doc, I highlighted this section in pink to make it clear. Simply copy the video idea your chatbot generated, the one you like, then paste it in the section that says, paste your video idea here. I made it this way, so you can use this prompt for generating scripts with different video ideas. This means you'll never run out of content when making your animations. After pasting your video idea below the script prompt, the next thing to add is the word count. A shorter word count means a shorter video, and a longer word count means a longer video. For example, 200 words is about a 2-minute video, and 2,000 words equals a 10-minute video. So just tweak the word count and do the math based on what you're aiming for. Once your video script is ready, the next step is getting a voiceover. For this, I'll be using 11 Labs. There are plenty of options out there, but let's stick with 11 Labs for today's video. Once you're signed up, choose the voice you like. I usually go for a deep, mysterious voice because it adds cool energy to the narration, especially for voiceover movies or videos. Just paste your script into the prompt box and hit generate. Also, make sure to break your script into smaller chunks instead of one long block because AI voices can get a bit wonky with too much text. Doing it in batches ensures you get a smooth, professional sound. So just generate your voiceover in segments, then download each segment and repeat the process until your entire voiceover is complete. Once you have your voiceover, head back to your Google Docs, scroll down, and copy the prompts under the image generation section. These prompts are crucial for creating your character profile, which is super important for your visuals when making movies or animations. Now, copy the first half of the prompt, stopping at the blue text that says Disney Pixar Animation. Then, paste that part into your chatbot. This first part of the prompt sets the stage and tells my AI what I'm working on. I asked you to stop here because now we need to choose an animation style. If you look at the Google Doc, you'll notice that after this stop point, some text is in different colors. Each color represents a different animation style. You have to pick one of these options. I'm choosing the 3D Pixar animation style, but you can go with 2D or anime if that's more your vibe. For my project, I'll stick with 3D, so just copy the 3D animation style and paste it right next to your prompt. After choosing your animation style, copy the next set of black text prompts and paste them right after your animation choice. Just keep in mind that whenever you see colored text in the Google Doc, it means a change or a choice needs to be made. Now, simply copy the rest of the prompts and paste them into your chatbot. After that, there are a few more things to adjust, like you'll need to change the character's name, and there are other details in the Google Doc that need to be updated. Any text that's colored in the Google Doc means changes are needed, so just make sure to adjust those. As you can see, my chatbot created a detailed character profile for the main character in my story. This profile includes a lot of information because we gave it a very complex prompt. The character profile is basically a description of the character that helps make sure they stay consistent. If the profile stays the same throughout your prompts, the image generator will generate the same character each time. Damn. I really just made ChatGPT go crazy. So basically, when I fed ChatGPT the prompt, it analyzed the entire script and created a detailed profile for the main character. It added extra details like the background, emotions, lighting, and more. Then it gave us different camera angles, basically 3 prompts per scene that an image generator can use to bring that scene to life. We ended up with 90 detailed prompts from GPT that we can use to generate various scenes and parts of our script. Once you've got all your prompts ready, the next step is to get an image generator. For today's video, I'll be using Google FX, which is completely free, no payment required. Just open your browser, search for Google FX, and sign in with your Google account. The interface is super simple. Just paste your prompt and hit generate. Below you'll find a few things you can tweak, like the seed number or the aspect ratio. Right now I think the tool is still in demo mode, so it doesn't offer a ton of customization, but that's probably because it's still in demo at the time of this recording. You don't need to generate all 90 images using the 90 prompts your chatbot provided. I created those prompts to give you lots of options to choose from. If you try one prompt and it works, you can move on to the next scene. I made sure your chatbot gives you 3 unique prompts for each scene, so if one doesn't work, you've got other options. Keep trying until you find an image you like. Once you find one that works, lock the seed number. Using the same seed number in Google FX ensures that your characters stay consistent and look similar to the original image you generated. Remember, Google FX is still in demo mode, which is why it is completely free at the time of this recording, so you can generate unlimited images. However, there's not much customization available. Once you find an image you like, make sure to lock the seed number. This lets Google FX know that you like this style of animation, and it will continue giving you visuals that match the exact style you locked in. Once you've generated all the images you need, it's time to animate them. If you're not sure how to animate images to get different angles, there's a prompt in the Google Doc that you can scroll down to, copy, and then feed it to your chatbot. After it gives you a set of detailed text-to-image prompts, you can give it the animation prompt. The animation prompt instructs your chatbot to review all the text-to-image prompts it created. It then produces a set of optimal camera angle animation prompts, including every detail needed. Your image-to-video tool will use these details to accurately interpret your image and create the animations you want. Whether that's holograms or any other style, since your chatbot already has the storyline, it knows exactly what animations will work best. Once you have your animation prompt ready, you'll need an image animator. There are a lot of options out there like Luma, Runway, and Kling, but today, since we're on a budget, we'll use Kling. Kling AI gives you free credits, either daily, weekly, or monthly. I'm not totally sure, but they definitely offer free credits. It's always a good idea to get a subscription to skip the wait times. The animation quality and how well they respond to prompts are really impressive, and I've been using them lately. I'm pretty impressed with the results. So head over to Kling AI and sign up using your Google account to get your free credits. Then click on AI videos and upload the first image you generated into the prompt area. After that, go back to your chatbot and copy the first prompt it gave you, then paste it into Kling AI's prompt box. On Kling AI, you can choose how long you want your video to be. You can create videos anywhere from 5 to 10 seconds. You'll have the option to use the standard mode, which works great for most people, but the professional mode is only for those on the paid plan. So for my budget-friendly folks out there, the standard mode will do just fine. Now, I'm just going to repeat this process, upload a new image, write or copy the prompt from my AI assistant, paste it into the prompt box, then scroll down to set the video duration to 5 to 10 seconds. One thing I really like about Kling AI is how well they follow prompts. Like if you give clear instructions, they actually listen and bring your vision to life exactly how you imagined. So if you word your request right, you'll get top tier results every time. Once you've got your visuals sorted, the next thing you need is background music. Normally I'd say grab some from YouTube Studio or Pixabay, but since we're sticking with the AI theme, let's generate our own using Suno AI. This way we can get the perfect track that fits the project exactly. There's a prompt in the Google Doc for the music creation. Just go to the Google Doc, copy the prompt, and then share it with the chatbot. Your chatbot will now create a series of text prompts to use with a music generator to create the perfect song that matches the project, since the project was inspired by it in the first place. For the music creation, I'll be using Suno AI because they're really good at this. Go to your browser, search for Suno AI, sign up with your Google account to get their free credits, and then paste the prompts from your chatbot. Make sure to always toggle the instrumental version button. This is super important, or the AI might add lyrics to the music. Right now we only need instrumental tracks for our project, so turning on the instrumental option will ensure the AI only creates music without vocals. Suno AI usually takes under 3 minutes to generate your background music. For every prompt, it gives you 2 tracks to choose from. Just play both tracks, pick the one you like best, click on it, and hit download. Then click download audio or download MP3 to get the audio version, which makes it way easier to work with when editing. The last thing you need before moving on to editing is sound effects. Trust me, sound effects can really make or break your video. There's also a Google Doc prompt for this. This prompt is the final one you'll give to your chatbot, and it will analyze the entire script, then provide you with every sound effect you'll need while editing your project. Once your chatbot gives you the sound effects, you can easily find them for free on pixabay.com. They have a huge library of free sound effects. Just search for the ones you need, then download the audio files before moving on to CapCut to start editing. Once you have everything, it's time to start editing. I like to keep everything organized in one folder. This way I can easily import the entire folder into my editing session on CapCut. The first thing we need to do is work on the audio section for our video. So drag your background music into the timeline and lower the volume by about 25 to 30%. This ensures the background music is subtle, loud enough for the audience to hear, but not so loud that it overpowers the main elements, like the voiceover. I downloaded 2 background tracks because the first one was too short, only about a minute long. I needed a different kind of background music for when the scene switches to Cleopatra's era, so I decided to generate a new track specifically for Cleopatra. After that, drag your voiceovers, which you generated in batches, onto the timeline. Increase the volume to 100%, making sure it's much louder than the background music. Since the voiceovers were generated in batches, you'll need to drag each one to the timeline in the order you created them. To make it easier, you can label the first voiceover as 1, the next as 2, 3, and so on. This way, it'll be much simpler to add them to the timeline without mixing things up or getting confused. Once all the voiceovers are on the timeline and their volume is adjusted, you might need to adjust them a bit, then start dragging each clip onto the timeline in the exact order you created them. The first clip should go first, the second one second, and so on. Keep dragging them until the entire timeline is filled with all your clips. Once all the clips are on the timeline, you'll notice that they extend longer than the voiceover and background music. This is because you haven't cropped and adjusted everything to sync up yet. You've only dragged the clips onto the timeline. Now you need to carefully listen to your voiceover narration and crop the clips to match the narrative. If the voiceover changes, the scene should change too. This part might seem a bit tricky and meticulous, but trust me, the more in sync your audio and video are, the more engaging your video will be in the end. If you noticed, the intro of my animation was really addictive. When you saw it, you probably thought, damn, what's going on? The first thing you see is Cleopatra building up a beam. That's called a hook. A hook is simply something that grabs the audience's attention in the first 5 seconds. To grow on YouTube, you need higher retention, and you get that by catching viewers' attention early and making them want to watch longer. However, you don't need to worry because I designed the prompt in a way that ensures your chatbot will always create a hook first when generating a script, no matter the video idea. As long as you use the prompt in the Google Doc, the first thing your chatbot will do is create a hook. As you can see, I'm adjusting my voiceover in clips. AI-generated voices often come with unnecessary pauses. Sometimes those pauses can work in your favor, but other times they might be too long. You can crop out the ones that feel excessive and leave the ones that make the audio sound more natural. I'm also adjusting the length of my voiceover, leaving gaps on purpose to build suspense as it helps the scene flow better. If you've made it this far in the tutorial, props to you. In a world where people have short attention spans, watching a video all the way to the 31-minute mark is truly impressive. Drop YouTube automation in the comments to show how dedicated you are. Only you and the people who made it this far will get it, and others won't even understand. Now, I'm going to add a little personal touch to this video by including the character's name like I did for Miles. I think I should do the same for Cleopatra. This step is completely optional and not mandatory, but it's just something I like to add. I'll just write the text, choose a font, and then add an animation to control how the text appears and disappears. Different animations make the text behave in various ways. And once that's done, I'll crop the background music. Since I already know the exact length of the video, it's safe to trim the background music so it matches the video's length, preventing it from continuing after the video fades out. Once everything else is sorted, the next important step is adding transitions. Transitions are a must, especially for videos as complex as this one. The right transitions can make or break how smooth a scene change feels, so it's crucial to master them. I'll take it slow while adding them so you can follow along at your own pace. Feel free to explore how different transitions work because CapCut has made it super easy. They provide various preview templates. All you have to do is drag the template onto your timeline between clips and CapCut will handle the rest. Don't worry, you can still use the older version of CapCut. The older versions let you use a lot of transitions for free. I'm using the newer version, but it's totally fine to stick with the older one. The older version has fewer features behind paywalls, while the new version seems to have locked most of the cool features. Sometimes I add some transitions and adjust their duration. What this does is make the transition last a bit longer. Longer transitions help to smooth out the switch between clips, making it feel more natural. I only extend the duration when I know the transition will really enhance the scene. Once you've finished with the transitions, the next thing I consider the most crucial in any video or piece of content is sound effects. You need to start dragging your sound effects onto the timeline and placing them exactly where they're needed. In the first scene, I'm going to add the sound of people screaming and some background war noises to create a chaotic atmosphere. Then I'll include sounds of holograms and beaming, syncing with Cleopatra as she starts to charge her laser beam. In the second scene, where Cleopatra is walking down the hallway, I'll add the sound of men chanting as it fits perfectly with the atmosphere. While CapCut does have its own built-in sound effects, it's always a good idea to download external sound effects and store them locally on your PC. Different projects need different kinds of effects, and CapCut won't always have everything you need. That's why I recommend getting most of them from Pixabay. I got many of my sound effects there. Just keep dragging your sound effects onto the timeline. If you can't find something on CapCut, go ahead and download it from Pixabay. Repeat this process until you have all the sound effects you need. If you're not sure how to use them, remember, there's a prompt in the Google Doc. Once you're done, the last thing you need to do is add captions. Simply use the auto caption feature on CapCut, just click on it, and CapCut will automatically generate captions that fill your entire timeline. Once the captions are there, you can add a template to them and adjust the font or color to control how they display. Different templates change the look of your captions, different fonts affect the appearance, and colors simply change the vibe. Just play around with the CapCut controls until you get the look you want. Once everything is set, simply export your video.
When the midnight sky erupts like a cosmic tempest, Cleopatra shatters destiny with the fury of 1,000 gods. In ancient times, the majestic Egypt nurtured a radiant civilization. Egyptians thrived and made abundant harvests and lively celebrations, steeped in art, wisdom, and enduring faith. Every day shimmered with hope as their hearts soared in timeless, unparalleled prosperity. But suddenly, darkness descended as Roman legions and soldiers invaded Egypt. Their ruthless invasion shattered peace. Souls were subjugated, transforming a once blissful paradise into a land of despair and chains. But Cleopatra, the most cunning, resilient, and unyielding Egyptian, prepares for an uprising that will echo through eternity. She masterminds a rebellious plan that promises not just resistance, but a cataclysmic revolution. Blending ancient occult wisdom with cutting-edge technology, she orchestrates a ruthless, meticulously planned strategy to reclaim her people's honor. By her side stood Amun, a masterful engineer and secret warrior whose intricate devices and deep knowledge turns the tide of rebellion. Together, they spark a covert insurrection, weaving and blending magic with machines and code in every weapon and metal gear of their world. Their daring exploits not only challenge the established Roman Empire, but also rekindle the flames of a forgotten era, where honor, ingenuity, and revolutionary spirit reign supreme. This is not just a rebellion. It is the rebirth of an empire. Step into Cleopatra's rebellion,
Fatality.
where history is rewritten with steely resolve and magical wonder, and witness the birth of a legend destined to redefine freedom.